Hi there. It's August 26th and time for Proverbs 26. Let's jump over there. And we're just about done with another month here. Okay. Verse 1. Like snow in summer or rain in harvest, so honor is not fitting for a fool, right? Just does not belong together. Like a sparrow when it's flitting, like a swallow when it's flying, a curse that is causeless does not alight or land. Okay? You curse somebody for no reason with no cause. It's just, you can laugh at that. Verse 3, a whip for the horse, a bridle for the ass, and a rod for the back of fools. Okay? Solomon had no use for fools. It's people that, fool is somebody who does not want to learn. Okay? They are where they are, and they want to stay where they are, and right? They're fools. That brings us to these next two, which is always been very strange because it says the same thing in all versions of the Bible, but it's a little different in the Greek. Verse 4 says, answer not a fool according to his folly or foolishness, lest you be like him yourself. And 5 says, answer a fool according to his folly or foolishness, lest he be wise in his own eyes. That's the way it's worded in every version. It's a direct contradiction, okay? Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest, or you'll be just like him. But answer him according to his foolishness, or he'll be wise in his own eyes. He'll think he's all that. Okay. This is kind of where sarcasm comes in, okay? If there's a fool up there saying crazy stuff, in his foolishness, right? You say the moon is not really there. The moon is just an apparition, or it's made out of, just a metal plate, or it's something that the bad people are fooling you with. Okay, you don't get down on his level and argue with that. But what about this, this, and this? What you do is answer him according to his foolishness. Okay, you would say something like, no, the moon's actually made out of cheese. And we go up and we mine the cheese and we bring the cheese back. That's why you see it slowly disappearing. And by the time we mine all the cheese and the moon is gone, the next day it rebuilds itself and we start all over again and mining the cheese. So we'll always have cheese. Isn't that great? Okay. People are going to laugh at you. They're going to laugh at him. Okay. You got to answer him according to his foolishness. And that's, so like where sarcasm and stuff comes in. You have to be so outlandish, right, that people will go, yeah, that's just, you're both crazy. And that's the best I could come up with. But yeah, don't answer him according to his foolishness, or you'll be like him. Answer him according to his foolishness, or he'll be wise in his own eyes, right? Prideful, arrogant. Strange, huh? Okay, verse 6. He who sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. Now, back then they had, they didn't have mail or stuff. They had messengers. They sent messengers back and forth. They didn't make phone calls. And if you send a fool to relay your message for you, and it wasn't written down, he could say something stupid and get you in a lot of trouble. Right? Yeah, I thought of something else there, but I'm not going to say it. 7, like a lame man's leg which hangs useless, is a proverb in the mouth of fools. Some people will never get this stuff. Okay, it just has no use to them at all. There are people who just don't want to learn. Okay. 8, like one who binds a stone in a sling is he who gives honor to a fool. It's like tie the stone in the sling so it never comes out and you're not doing anything, just swinging something around. Like a thorn that goes up into the hand of a drunkard is a proverb in the mouth of fools. A thorn that goes into the hand of a drunkard. Like a splinter in a drunk man. Something you can't get back out, right? There's a theme to this chapter. Like an archer who wounds everybody is he who hires a passing fool or a drunkard. Right? It always says it's uncertain. Right? It's like somebody who shoots into a crowd randomly, right? It wounds lots of people. Is someone who hires a passing fool or a drunkard is just as bad. Right? Verse 11. Like a dog that returns to his vomit is a fool that repeats his foolishness. Ew. Well, do you see man wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Pride. You see somebody full of pride and arrogance and haughty, right? There's more hope for a fool than for him. And this whole thing is talking about how bad fools are and how hopeless and how useless. Somebody that's prideful. There's more hope for a fool than for them. Okay? That's a big statement right there. The sluggard, now we've seen this all over the place in Proverbs. The sluggard says, there's a lion in the road, there's a lion in the streets. Right? Any excuse, okay? A lazy person. Any excuse not to go out and work. No, I might get hurt out there. Right? All those cars, I might get into an accident. 14, as a door turns on its hinges, so does a sluggard on his bed. Right? Just moving, not getting anywhere. A lazy person or sluggard buries the sand in the dish. It wears him out to bring it back to his mouth. Ever known somebody that lazy? I've never known anybody that lazy. But the sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who can answer discreetly. Right? Which is one of the reasons they're fools, because they think they know everything when they really know nothing and they won't learn anything. That makes them fools. Mm-hmm. This one's wise. He who meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ears. Okay? When you see people arguing, and it's not your business, you stay out of it, okay? You're going to get hurt. Okay? If it's not your fight, stay out of it. Okay? I mean, it's a quarrel. We're not talking about somebody beating on somebody less fortunate or a man beating on a woman. Okay? That's not what this is talking about. It's talking about a quarrel. You see guys fighting, or groups of people, or protesters and counter-protesters battling it out, and it's not your affair, and it's not your business. Stay out of it, okay? You're just going to get hurt. Mm-hmm. This one is very important to me. Okay? I'll make that yellow. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death, like somebody shooting indiscriminately, is a man who deceives his neighbor and says, I was only joking. Okay? Now, there's a lot of this that goes on. A lot of comedians make a living out of tearing other people down and say, I'm just kidding, dude. You know, words hurt. Words hurt badly. Okay? They're the most dangerous things on earth. Words are the most dangerous things on earth. Okay? And it's just like shooting out into a crowd indiscriminately and killing people. I'm just kidding. Right? If you were joking, why did you think of it? You're trying to build yourself up by tearing somebody else down. Okay? Words. Words are very, very, right? Words can break bones. It says that all over Proverbs. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't joke like that at somebody else's expense. That's a big one for me. 20. For the lack of wood, a fire goes out, and where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. more words. Okay? The fire goes out when you stop feeding it. Where there is no whisper or gossip, where there is no gossip, quarreling ceases. Okay? Somebody was feeding when Jesus was on trial and they let Barabbas go instead of Jesus. There were people out in the crowd whispering, you know, we want Barabbas, we want Barabbas. Right? They were whispering. They were planted in the crowd. This goes on today, okay? Planted in the crowd. And you could probably think of something where there was a large crowd and people were planted in the crowd and changed the whole outcome of it. But, yeah. I'm going to stop talking there before I get in trouble. So, where there is no gossip or whisper or quarreling ceases. Okay? Don't listen to that stuff. Let it end with you. Okay? 21 is charcoal to hot embers and wood to fire, so is a quarrelsome man for kindling strife. Right? There's arguing people that just want to keep it going. It's like feeding the fire. 22, the words of a gossip are like delicious morsels that go down to the innermost parts of the body. Now we, just read where Solomon said the same thing. Okay, these were the men of Haggai copying Solomon's stuff. Okay? Gossip is very, very addictive, okay? Getting into other people's business, right, just to make your own problems or business seem less of everything. It gets in there, okay? They make billions of dollars, a $1 billion industry. Gossip is a $1 billion industry, okay? They do it on the news. They do it on reality shows. They do it on TV. They do it on social media. All about getting into somebody else's business. Whisperers. Did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Right. People love this. People eat this up. It's a drug. Okay? That's what it means. It goes down to the inner parts of the body. Solomon said the innermost parts of the body. It gets down in there and you can't get it out. 23, like the glaze covering an earthen vessel are smooth lips with an evil heart. Yes. I've seen these pretty people talk and they're all shiny and wearing $1,000 suit, and the inside they're just scum. Okay? And lots of those around. Right? Lots of those around. Smooth lips with an evil heart. It's like a glaze covering earthen vessel. Right? 24, he who hates dissembles with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. Okay? Do you hate? He who hates tears apart things with his voice, lips, and harbors deceit in his heart. Jesus said, love everybody. Love everybody. Okay? That's a deep statement right there. 25, when he speaks graciously, don't believe him. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. Okay? They're talking about this guy up here. Okay? This is all together. Shall we read it all together? Right. He who hates dissembles with his lips, tears apart things with his mouth, and harbors deceit in his heart. It's a person who hates. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred is covered with guile, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Okay? These kind of people will be found out. Okay? And there's a lot of those kind of people in positions of power now. Okay? That do get found out. 27, he who digs a pit will fall into it, and a stone will come back upon him who starts it rolling. Right? If you set a trap for somebody, it's going to come back at you. Right? 28, a lying tongue hates its victims, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Right, a flattering mouth works ruin. That's a deep one. A lying tongue hates its victims. Right? That's if you want to take advantage of somebody, you're going to lie. Oh, you're good at this, and you're so great, and you're so great. Right? I could tie this to something which would get me in a lot of trouble, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, you can use your own imagination on that one. All right? So, what did we highlight here? This one. Answer not a fool according to his foolishness, or you'll be just like him. Answer a fool according to his foolishness, or he'll be wise in his own eyes. So if they're going crazy with lies and stuff, you have to counter that with something that's just as stupid as what they're talking about, without talking about the same subject, or you'll be getting down on his level. Okay, trying to disprove him. Okay, highlighted 12. Do you see man wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. Right. And we all know what, fools will not learn anything. They think they know everything, right? They work within their own little bubble, never take advice, right? They're fools. It's somebody who's wise in his own eyes, which means prideful, haughty, arrogant, right? There's more hope for a fool than for somebody like that. That's a big statement. Right? Who highlighted 17? He who meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ears. Right? And you're going to grab a big Doberman by his ears and you don't know him, he's going to bite your hand off, okay? If you meddle in a quarrel that's not your own, it's the same as, trying to grab a dog by the ears, okay? It's just going to get you in trouble. Just keep walking, or just keep scrolling even, man. There's things on the internet now where there'll be one picture, right, that takes one frame, and then there's 200 frames of somebody arguing with somebody else about that, and then somebody else will get in on the argument, and it never ends. Right? It's just stupid. Okay, 18 and 19. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death, shooting indiscriminately, is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I'm only joking. Right? It's just kidding, dude. Right? You deceive your neighbor and say it, or your friend and say, I'm just kidding. Okay, just don't do that. Don't joke like that. That's not funny. And 20, for lack of wood, a fire goes out, and where there is no gossiper, quarreling ceases. Right? You need to find the people that are spreading gossip and get them out of your life. Okay, get them out of your circle. Yeah? And you'll find everything will be very calm and smooth. Okay. The words of a gossip are like delicious morsels that go down to the inner parts of the body. Okay. Gossip is a drug. Okay. People love to hear it. That's why it's $1 billion industry, even today, in all forms. Okay. TV, radio, social media, all forms. Gossip is out there. Okay. Some people call it news. It's not news, it's gossip. Okay. News is, oh, there was a storm and these people were flooded and we need to help them. Okay. That's not what gossip is. So-and-so did such and such to so-and-so, and it's none of your business, but it gets you all down into here, right? Just like a drug. Okay. 24 through 26. He who hates dissembles with his lips, lies, tears things apart, and harbors deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred is covered with guile, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. All right? You choose the assembly, whether it's church or Congress or the Senate or these people will be exposed. Okay? So, there you have it. That's 26. So, lots of good stuff in there. Lots to talk about fools, huh? Lots to talk about fools. I think today in Through the Bible in a Year, we are beginning the book of Ezekiel, and I will do a little background and give us some background on that when we start it this afternoon. But that's going on today. Give us a like if you think about it. But until later, we'll do it. Remember, mind your own business, right? See ya.